Honestly, Johnny Kavanaugh has restored my hope in humankind. Today, we are looking at Keeping 13, which is the second installment of the Boys of Tommen story by Chloe Walsh, and it is also the second and final book of Johnny and Shannon's story. Don't mind if you hear a grumble sound, there's a humidifier running. Anywho, can I just say that my boy Johnny, somebody be raising him right. Good Lord, he's wonderful. I'm just going to continue our conversation from Binding 13 because this story truly stands out for me and for a variety of reasons, okay? There's a number of elements of this story that I look at and I think this stands out among the rest. The biggest thing that really stands out to me about this story in particular, again, I haven't really read all of the Boys of Tommen stories, but this one in particular is that the relationship that is happening, the relationship that this book is about, is not the problem. I love that. There's a lot of romance novels that they make the relationship, the issue, right? So that is where all the problems stem from in the story, is the relationship itself. The couple in question, they don't get along, they argue all the time, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of fighting, they keep secrets from each other, they're running away from each other, I mean, the usual, right? All the signs, this is like classic romance novel, is where the couple in question, in real life, you look at them and you think, you shouldn't be together. I mean, if I had a friend that was in a relationship that 99% of romance novels are built around, if I had a friend who was in a relationship like that, I'd be like, girl, you need to run away from this person, immediately, because, he might not even be a bad guy. You guys are just bad for each other. Johnny and Shannon are not like that. And can I just say thank God? I mean, thank God. Johnny and Shannon's problems were happening around them, okay? It was the situation that they found themselves in. It wasn't like they were the problem or that their relationship was the problem or that they were finding problems with each other or picking fights with each other. The relationship itself is a solid relationship. They haven't known each other for a super long time, but they trust each other. And not only do they trust each other, but they give each other a reason to trust each other, right? It's like Johnny trusts Shannon, and Shannon gives him absolutely no reason to doubt her. And the same goes for Shannon to Johnny, right? Shannon decides to trust Johnny, and Johnny doesn't let her down, okay? Johnny's not, being super sketchy and shady in the background. No, he's a solid individual, and he's a guy that it's no, I told you that I would do this, and I told you that this is who I am. That's who I'm going to be, right? Solid people here. Solid people. And I would have to say that is honestly what enrages me so much about a lot of romance novels, is that it seems like it's a tendency that the characters are, completely incapable of keeping their word, right? Completely incapable, especially the male main characters, which is a real shame, okay? It's a real shame. They always say, trust me, I won't break your heart, right? And then they turn around and they're completely horrific people. They're terrible people, in the next breath, in the next chapter, right? With Johnny and Shannon, they say, trust me, I'm not gonna let you down, you can trust me, and they stay true to that, right? They stay true to that. I mean, this is called human decency and trustworthiness. I mean, I could use a heavy dose of this in all of the romance novels I read. Okay, this is called people who know how to be good people. I'm sorry, but if I went to somebody, it doesn't even have to be romantic, okay? It doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship. If I went to somebody and I said, you can trust me, I won't let you down, I'm gonna, right? You can trust me, okay? If I did that, and then I went around their back, I started lying to them, I started betraying them, I abandoned them without explanation because it's better this way, right? If I did all of these horrific things, do you think I would still have this relationship? Do you think I would still have this person in my life? No. if they were sane, they would leave me in the dust, right? But in romance novels, it's like time and time again, we see this a lot with our male characters. Our female characters, we see it a lot with our female characters too, but they get away with it for some reason. I have absolutely no reason why. They should not be getting away with it. But our male characters, they 100% do it and they don't get away with it. You know, they act like they are wonderful people. And, you know, let's say the guy meets girl and the girl is just, you know, swept off her feet because he's just so beautiful and he's, you know, all these kinds of things, but he's nasty to her and he says horrible things to her and he makes all these promises and then he betrays her and he breaks those promises. And I mean, over and over and over again, we see it in romance novels, and the girl, like, sure, she might get a little pissy every now and then, but for the most part, she just continues running back to him, and she continues saying, don't hurt me, don't, like, at this point, that's manipulation, okay? That's manipulation, and it's infatuation, okay? And that is not the basis of a healthy, intimate relationship, and it is, like, there is no way that an intimate relationship can be built when there are, like, when it's trying to be built between two people who are incapable of decency, who are incapable of being trustworthy, and who are incapable of being solid stand-up individuals. I mean, I feel like we romanticize being sketchy so often. Not with Keeping 13, not with Johnny and Shannon, not with my people here, okay? Not with my people. They are fantastic. What we see here is that Johnny is trying to help Shannon out of a bad situation. We're not over here acting like Johnny has all these problems too, okay? Johnny sort of has problems, right, with his career. He's got decisions, okay? That's Johnny. Johnny has decisions. I found that very refreshing. I found it refreshing that it wasn't like both characters had all of this heavy baggage that, you know, just could not be, you know, it was just so heavy for them. I appreciated the fact that it was like, no, Shannon has the situation and Johnny has stuff going on in his life, but he is, like, it's pretty benign compared to Shannon's. Okay, so Johnny says, Shannon, I love you, and I'm going to do my best to get you out of this bad situation. I'm going to do my best to remove you from this bad situation and keep you safe. Shannon chooses to trust him, okay? She's not doing this whole, you know, oh, well, I'm going to, like, start keeping secrets that, like, stupid secrets. It's always the stupid secrets. Don't even get me started on the stupid secrets. Shannon does not play the secrets game, okay? Shannon chooses, in this book in particular, to say, you know what, like, I'm going to trust him now, okay? The cat is out of the bag. The cat is out of the bag at this point, okay? Johnny knows that Shannon's dad is a piece of hooey. Johnny knows that Shannon's mom is a hot mess. Johnny knows that, like, he knows the reality of Shannon's situation now. There's no hiding it anymore. There is no, like, oh, I'm gonna try and... No, there's none of that. There's none of that. The cat is out of the bag. And Shannon realizes that. And she chooses to trust Johnny. You know, she kept her abuse a secret for so long for a good reason, okay? She had a legitimate reason. It wasn't just, oh, what are they gonna think of, like, no, it wasn't just this idea of, oh, I'm embarrassed. It was, I don't want to tell them because, you know, Child Protective Services is gonna show up, right? The authorities are gonna show up. I don't know if it's called CPS in Ireland. They're gonna show up and they're gonna take me from this known problem and they might put me in an unknown problem. It might be great. It might be great where they take me, but it might not be great where they take me, okay? And so she's thinking, I can't tell anybody. I can't tell Johnny because Johnny is going to go to the authorities, okay? Like, because Johnny is a decent human being and that's what you're supposed to do, right? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. And so she keeps it a secret from him in the first book. She keeps it private. She keeps it, right? He knows something's wrong, but she keeps it private that, no, this isn't a school problem, this is a home problem. And so, but in this book, again, the cat is out of the bag. She has... Like, she comes to the conclusion where it's like, okay, why would I keep this a secret? It's obvious what happened. It's obvious what happened, right? I went home and I ended up in the hospital. Boom, boom, right? I went home and I ended up in the hospital because my dad beat me, like, near to death, okay? My dad beat me. So she comes to this conclusion where it's like, why would I hide any of this from Johnny? It is on my face, right? I'm wearing it. I am this is what's going on, right? This is what's been going on. And so the tension that their relationship undergoes, it has nothing to do with, like, them being bad to each other. It has nothing to do with them trying to figure out how to be good people. It has absolutely nothing to do with that, and it has everything to do with, the fact that they're school age, that, they're still under the authority of their parents, that Shannon's family is a hot mess. It has everything to do with their circumstances, right? They are not in this bad pattern of hurting each other's feelings. They are true to each other. That is the most refreshing thing I have read in years, okay? Can I just say that? That is the most refreshing thing I have read in years. Because here's the thing. If I'm in a relationship with a guy who continues to hurt me and who continues to fail to keep his word, do you think I'm going to stick around? No. I mean, if I am in a relationship with a guy who continuously proves that he is undependable, I'm out of there. Right? Like, nothing against you, buddy, but I'm not wasting my time, right? And if I were in a relationship with a guy, with an incredible guy, but I was so obsessed with keeping secrets and, I refused to trust him and I was just over here, right? Like, if that was how I was, right? If I was holding back, do you think he's going to stick around? No, he's going to be out of there, right? And so what we see with Johnny and Shannon is that they are two solid individuals who know how to treat another person well. And they know how to be in a relationship. They know how to respect each other. They know how to treat each other. They know that it's like, well, I love this person, so I'm going to be nice to them. Isn't that a concept? I'm going to be nice to this person. I'm going to be worthy of their trust. I'm going to be dependable. Oh, hey, they're going to be my priority. How about that? I love it. I love it. They aren't different when they're apart. They want what's best for the other person. It isn't just this, like, oh, we're trying to be together, but they're together and they're trying to basically overcome the circumstances at hand. Johnny, he has this short stint, right? He has this short stint where he's sort of keeping a secret from Shannon in regards to his career, where, I have this great opportunity and all this kind of stuff. And he doesn't really tell Shannon because he's trying to make decisions, right? Like, before I say anything to Shannon, I need to figure out what I want. And I don't want to hurt Shannon, but more than anything, I don't know what I want and I need to figure that out. When Shannon figures out that he has received this incredible opportunity, she's not like all pissy and self-absorbed and stuff like that. No, she's proud of him, right? She's proud of him. And she's like, you need to make the decision that's best for you, right? Like, this is your dream and you need to go after it, right? If that's what you want, then you need to go after it. And that is how somebody is supposed to respond. Like, these are teenagers, and they respond better than like 99% of the adult relationships I read, okay? Because it's one of those deals where it's like, yes, absolutely. If I get an opportunity to do something, I'm going to sort of mull that around in my head for a while and think, okay, like, what do I think, right? What do I think I want this to look like? And then I might share it with somebody. And when I share it with them, do I expect them to get pissy and upset because, oh, I might be leaving them behind, or, oh, I'm, right? No, I want them to be proud of me. I want them to be excited for me. And, like, that is how somebody's supposed to react. That is how somebody is supposed to respond. It's not supposed to be this whole, like, you're leaving me? Me? Of all people, me? Right? Like, it's not about you. Right? This is an opportunity. It's not about you. It's about an opportunity. And I have to decide if I want to take it or if I want to stay, right? If I want to take it or if I want to stay. And so, listen, I loved this story. Because here's the thing. When Johnny and Shannon were together, it felt like everything's okay. Okay? It felt like everything is okay. That is what I like to see in a relationship. That's what I like to see when I read a relationship, okay? There have been books before that I've read a relationship and it's like, oh, good Lord, here they are, they're together again, and so-and-so's keeping a secret. And so it always feels like there's this, like, it's very temperamental. It's a volatile relationship. And you never feel safe in the relationship. You know, I've read books where it's like, they shouldn't be together and they're driving me crazy. And this is a relationship that I read with dread, right? Like, I read it with dread because they cannot, for the life of them, agree. They can't, for the life of them, not fight. They can't, for the life of them, be dependable, good people. They can't. They're incapable of it. But with Johnny and Shannon, I mean, these were dependable and trustworthy characters. Again, Shannon's in trouble. Johnny comes and it's like, okay, it's good, right? We're good. All's good. Johnny's in a situation and Shannon shows up and it's like, okay, we're good, right? Like, the bases have been covered. The wagons have been circled. And it just feels like there's security in their relationship. That is crucial. That is crucial to me. And I mean, just their loyalty, their maturity, their trustworthiness. I mean, I am obsessed with this relationship. I love this relationship. This is a truly beautiful relationship. And so, yeah, I can't get enough of this. This was truly beautiful. So those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on Keeping 13. Obviously, it just ties right into Binding 13. Both of these books, incredible. So I would love to hear what your thoughts are. I think that most people do love Johnny and Shannon. And yeah, so I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Do you feel the same way about Johnny and Shannon that I do, as I do, whatever? Do you feel the same? Where they are just this very, like, they are the security in the story. Do you like that? Are you into that? Or do you like more of the volatile relationships? Let me know. But yes, this story had me in pieces. Absolutely loved it. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I will see you in my next video.